What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome, tribe. Welcome, guests. Welcome, everybody in the room. The head nerd in charge is here, and we're getting ready to get this party started. Let me know. You ready? You ready, Oliver? Okay. Can you hear me?
It sounds a little pixelated.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. A little pixelated.
Oh, that's better. That's better.
That's better now? Okay.
Way better.
All right, cool. You can hear me. I can hear you. We can hear each other. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm so good. So this is actually our interview part 2. Oliver actually was one of my first interviews on my channel. You were one of my first interviews. We interviewed like 2 years ago in Baltimore.
Was it 2 years ago?
It was like 2 years ago, yeah. Because this summer nothing went down with Rona. It was the summer before that, yeah.
Damn
so
it.
It's been 2 years. Right. Abby said Oliver's face is beat for Jesus.
You know what? I did my makeup myself today, like really fast. I'm glad you guys like it. I was nervous.
It looks nice. Yeah. Okay. Give it to him. Side, left, front. So we're going to run through the background stuff real quick because you've said it a million times. Everybody knows that you are from Florida, correct?
They should know. I would hope so by now.
Born and raised in Miami or outside?
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've been to Fort Lauderdale many times. You got to Atlanta by way of Morehouse College. Is that correct? All right. Mm-hmm. We know that you were on a full Oprah scholarship. You let everybody know that Oprah took care of that. For all the people that want to talk trash about Oprah and what she is or is not doing, okay. She took care of Oliver, and you were a music major, right? Okay, all right. And as you and the top of your class.
Yeah. Stop it. Oh my goodness. This is why the girls want to beat me up. Do I be saying all that? That is so horrible.
Yes, you do, Oliver. Yes. You say all of that.
That is so horrible. But you know what? It's sometimes when I get caught up in just trying to guillotine a bitch in her fucking trachea, I get caught up in like being very egotistical. And then when I hear it back, I'm like, oh my God, that is so bad.
Right. But that's what, you know what though? That is what people hear. Okay, Jamar84 said, Oliver, you need to let him paint you one time. I'm here for it. Because I don't know if you've ever seen Jamar with the full face. He gives it. Okay.
No, I have. I follow him on Instagram.
Oh, okay. So you know.
Yes,
Oliver,
he's friends with Scotty. He's friends with Scotty.
Yes. Yep. See, look at you. So yes, so there's no need for us. That's why I say there's no need for us to stomp through all of that because it's out there and we know. And of course, you are my Morehouse brother because I'm a Bennett College graduate and you are my Morehouse brother. So let's just jump right into it because we're going to do this. We're going to talk about other things other than chasing Atlanta. But let's go ahead. Yeah, we are. We got other things to talk about tonight. But let's go ahead and jump into chasing Atlanta.
I'm tweeting out the thing right now. I'm sorry.
Well, no, thank you. Go on, tweet.
I want everyone know to come watch and all the things because I love you so much.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I love you so much. So.
And like Abby said, they can't be mad if it's true.
I know, but sometimes I don't have to do all that. Sometimes it's just like, girl, calm down.
Well, listen.
Oh, when I be watching Chasing Atlanta, I'll be reading myself down. I'm like, oh my God, why?
Thank you, Fifi TV, for sharing me. Thank you for sharing the video. I appreciate it. So let's go. I'm gonna let you concentrate on the tweet, and then we're gonna get to the chasing Atlanta because some of the stuff I want you to clarify for me. Some of the stuff might clarify for the people, and the other stuff it just is what it is. So
okay, let's talk about it. Yeah.
All right. So first of all, my first question is, why did you decide to come back? You have done so many things since your first season on Chasing Atlanta. Yet you decided to come back for another season. So what made you decide to come back and do season 2? Well, technically your second season, I'll say.
Okay, so I came back to do season 2 because, my second season because I really enjoy the platform and I really felt like the platform had contributed greatly to my success, and I felt like it would have been a slap to the producers, to the people who watch, to the people who enjoy me on the show. Like, for me to like get like all highfalutin and be like, oh, I'm doing this now, and I don't have to come back. I didn't think that would be right.
Okay.
Two, I really enjoy doing it. Like, it's fun for me. Like, it's like a hobby. Like, it's something fun to do. And then three, I felt like if I left, then there would be no, like, it would be missing like a lot. So why leave?
I'm gonna say this, and people can hate. It's almost like people can say what they want to say, but if your personality was not there this season, I really, and that's, listen, no shade to anybody else that's on the cast, but you listen, when I do my reviews, you know, and people I call it the Oliver Show starring them other people, because you are in a lot of the scenes, a lot of the storylines, you are in the middle, which we're going to get to that, messy or not. A lot of those scenes, you are, you know, storylines, you are in the mix. And so...
In the mix with Twixt.
And so it's one of those things where it's kind of like, well, yeah, people, it's like the you know, it's like the person you love to hate, you know what I'm saying? But if you weren't there this season, and that's not to say that
they would have nothing to talk about. They will be talking about nothing.
Exactly. And again, it doesn't mean that they can't pick up some new people next season and they can't mix up the formula. But this season, it really was a lot about Oliver. And I even I noted in my review, I said in one of my reviews that even you bringing in your family, I love your mama. Oh, I love your mama.
I'm glad you guys love her.
Mama Twixt, I love her. Okay. I love her.
She is so funny. I was like, girl, why are you so excited to film? I need you to calm down. But yeah, I'm so happy you guys love my mother, and yeah, it makes me happy.
Yeah, because you've talked about your mom, but I definitely love her. And then you bringing in your boyfriend, allowing us into that part of your life, which was very interesting as well. I like him too. I think he's a nice, calming spirit.
Thank you. Yes, it was important for me. You know, see, this is the type of shade that Miss Oliver does. You know, I'm gonna let y'all in on how my brain really works. I'm not going to do the things that these other girls do. Like, I'm not going to jump over tables. I'm really not going to mention your name too much in my scenes. Outside of, I know I have to play with you girls because I'm on the show with you girls, and, I have to do those things. But it's always been important for me to let them know that I can be my own entertaining entity outside of speaking you girls' names. So I'm going to create my own stories outside of you girls that doesn't involve you.
Okay, well, let's jump into some of these conflicts. Let's jump into some of these conflicts this season. I'm going to leave the most volatile for last because I have a lot of questions that I need. If you're comfortable answering them with background, so we can put some things into context. But let's start with the U and Q situation. Now, I'm going to be honest. Oh, he said, yeah, that's what he's sipping on. That's what he's sipping on.
Seltzer water.
You said it's watermelon water?
No, it's seltzer water. It's Waterloo sparkling strawberry.
I love seltzer water. Listen, this is me.
Oh, are you rich?
No. No. I like what I like. Okay. Mm-hmm. But you and Q. Now, we know that we knew a lot of, I did not realize you and Q were not in a good place until this season, which, it's nobody's business. And from what I have gathered, and I have been very honest in my reviews, I put a lot of it on you. And I appreciate the fact that you put a lot of it on you as well by the time we kind of went through the whole thing. Now, when you and Q had your face-to-face, a lot of stuff I feel like was sort of edited or censored to maybe protect people who were not in the situation, which I can respect, but it was hard to follow. So,
I'm like 3 to 4 episodes behind.
Okay. And I don't want to bring up any old stuff. If you and Q are in a good place, I don't want y'all to have to,
Oh no, we're fine.
What can you break down about what can you share with us about the whole Q situation as far as how y'all got where you got? So I'm glad you guys made up. I thought it was really cute that the whole moment with you tackling him and y'all kind of just going right back into that place of, because that's what happens. Friends fight and shit happens. So I was glad to see that. But give me your synopsis of how that whole thing went down.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's the thing. I feel like I'm growing. I'm really trying to grow and I'm really trying to improve on myself. And a lot of things that I got myself in, excuse me, even though I know I wasn't like the messy one or like the one moving it, like, excuse me, in the whole Q situation, my stance was someone who was a mutual friend of ours was coming and was joking and shit, like in a joking way, saying that you didn't have any place to stay. And to know this person is to know, like, you really don't know if they being serious or not. And like, it wasn't like he this, he that. It was like, how people just normally shade each other, like, whatever, like, little friendly, whatever. So I never paid too much attention to it. So that's why I never felt the need to like go and tell him. Plus, him and I was always in constant communication, and I always saw him turning keys or talking about going home. So it was like, at that point, it didn't register to me as something to go like tell somebody. Like I felt like it was like, I don't know. I didn't see it like a big thing. When I talked to someone outside of our friendship circle and they said that someone brought that back to them as fact, that's when I was like, oh, okay. Well, now this is not something that people just, whatever. This is like something that people are like spreading as fact. Okay, now let me get Q involved. And there's debate on what I should have done, I think ultimately the lesson that I learned is, one, I could have done three things. The one I wish I would have done was just stay out of it and just let everybody figure it out. That'll involve me. Y'all figure it out. Two, I could have told the person, hey, if you say this to me again, I'm gonna go let Q know that you're saying this because I don't find it funny. Mm-hmm. Or the third thing I could have done is not even warrant the person and just told Q immediately.
Yeah,
lessons learned.
I went for three. In hindsight, is always 20/20, and mm-hmm. I think a lot of times viewers, myself included, forget that you guys are still young. Like, you guys are still young and you're still figuring it out. And you are in your, in your 20s, don't have the same life experience. Everybody doesn't have the same life experiences. And so in hindsight, yes, the better option would have been Q, listen, X, Y, and Z said A, B, and C.
But you know what? In this circle of friends, associates, coworkers, whatever, the best thing, honestly, for me is to stay out of it. And like, this is what Oliver has come to, like, in his life. No, for real, because I found myself not only in like, I found myself in a lot of like just YouTube drama, like not big stuff, but like, and it's like I've always been in a place like, how did I get inserted in this? Because like, bitch, everybody that's involved knows I did say it. I really don't give a fuck, like whatever. But how am I receiving blame? And the thing is, I had to mature and say, Eddie, you have to be aware of what things you align yourself with. You have to be very careful what things you associate yourself with. Excuse me. You have to be very careful on things that you allow to be a part of your energy, because eventually that energy is going to come to you. They say birds of a feather flock together. Right. So you can't be mad when you know the nature of something. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go up to a socket, or no, not even that, like if I go up to a bee's nest and I poke it and the bees come out and sting me, who did wrong? The bees or the person who poked it? No, the person who poked it, because you already knew what the bees was finna give. So it's like, when you already know a situation is it's already naturally toxic, it's already naturally shady, it's already naturally like all that. Why even associate? Just don't even partake,
Right. And I think the self-reflection is what's important, because again, we don't all get it right and we are not all perfect. Like, the self-reflection is important. So I could appreciate the self-reflection. Now, something else that came up in that conversation was that you were gossiping about Lauren. Now, Lauren didn't seem to be that concerned. She was over it. She didn't seem to have a big issue with that, but that came up as well. So was it a little bit of the same, that you were sort of...
No. Okay, no, the Lauren situation is different. The Lauren situation is completely different, and I don't think no one will understand, because I'm just not going to go into detail about it. I'm not sure what was shown on the show, because I haven't watched it yet, but...
Well, it didn't get that deep, so I don't want you to... didn't get that deep.
Okay. So I'm not going to call any names. I'm going to stop calling people's names. But it'd be hard for me, because I just be, the truth is the truth. Shit.
It is what it is, yeah.
Well, I've said it before, so I'll say it again. So I had got a call from Gardini and was like, I just got off the phone with Lauren's assistant, and she's saying XYZ, 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 and I'm just like, he didn't know what to do. And when he told me, I was like, I sure as hell don't know what to do. It was just like, yeah, that's my friend, but like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. So Gardini had told me that he was going to talk to her the next day. So that made me feel better. You know, he was the one that it was brought to. And so, you know, he was going to talk to her. But going back to the Q situation, the me girl, what happened? Girl, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired of telling this shit.
I know, but listen, I get it.
I'm trying to remember. I was trying to remember. You know, all this shit happened like 2 years ago.
Right.
No, literally, all this stuff happened like back in 2019. That's why I'm like, ugh. Okay, so I had came back and it was like the stuff going on about Q, and then I had got the phone call. So I used to talk to this guy who just so happened to be Q's business manager, and he was someone who I would confide in about a lot of stuff. And I was like, hey, I really want to do the right thing. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Like, he knows that was my attitude. That was my attitude. It wasn't like, oh, I'm telling you, it's just like, no, I want to be a good friend, but what's the right thing to do? Because I don't know what to do and I don't want to make a mistake. So no, I was never talking about Lauren's business to anybody. Okay. No, I wouldn't play with nothing like that.
Well, like I said, she took it in stride. She didn't even, when you see it play back, I mean, you were there in that moment, but I know it was a lot going on, but she really didn't. It seemed like whatever it was, she was over it. Whatever had gone down, she was over it. So it wasn't a major part of the conversation, but it did come up.
The beauty about Lauren and our friendship is I feel like she does what real friends should do. When she felt some sort of way about it, she came and talked to me about it. We had a conversation. You know, she explained to me what her concerns were. I explained to her what my intentions and motivations were, you know, and from there it was okay. So like, it was never a drawn out thing that a lot of my castmates like to do. I like to make things into these epic trilogies and sagas. And, you know, she came to me as a friend. We discussed it. She explained her side. I explained my side. We accepted it, whatever. We reconciled it and we moved on. And, you know, and when I say reconcile, it wasn't even like a thing, like she wasn't even coming like a...
Yeah, it never seemed like it, like I was surprised when that came up in the conversation because I never got the feeling that you and her had any sort of a rift. So when Q brought it up in the conversation, I was like, huh? But again, it didn't become a thing. So I figured it was something you and her had talked about, dealt with, and had moved past. You know what I'm saying?
Excuse me. Well, I mean, of course, he's going to bring it up. You know, him and I have reconciled, but I understand when I'm in the Chasing Atlanta realm, the girls, they're going to bring up whatever I do, they're going to
throwing it all at you.
Yeah, they're throwing it all at me because, you know, I mean, we all know what it gives. So, and when we know what it gives, it's like, oh, we can't say this about him. Oh, let's find something. Oh, he don't clip his toenails. He dirty. Oh, he don't. Yeah,
they'll find anything.
The toilet seat. He don't find anything. He don't recycle. You know. It's just like...
And the thing is this. Now Fifi TV said you looking slim. Now I did see you posted you have dropped weight. That you was taking off that COVID whatever we talked about.
Yes, I had got up to like 250 pounds, girl.
Oh, listen. I get it. I got on the scale and cussed that bitch out, so I understand. Okay.
Yes. No, so, I'm like at 218 now.
Oh, get out of here! Oh, you really slimmed down. Okay.
I'm trying to get to 200, to be honest.
I feel you. I feel you. Now that's one of the now I'm gonna be honest. The name you brought up is a name that I miss. I miss Gardini. I do. I miss Gardini, and I was, even though he said he wasn't coming back, I really was surprised to not see him. I even saw a cameo of him before I stopped watching G Status. He was on. I mean, he just happened to be at a venue where they were filming, and I was like, "That's Gardini!" And so that's one. That's a name that could keep stuff stirred up. That's a name that could definitely keep stuff stirred up. Whether you loved him or hated him, he definitely kept the pot going, right?
I love Gardini. Gardini's funny.
He is. Okay. He is so funny. So speaking of taking something and turn it into a whole lot, let's talk about you and Dominique. Now,
what happened with Dominique?
Oh gosh, stick with me, Oliver. Stick with me.
Okay. I'll be forgetting.
I know all of this stuff happened forever ago. So let me just refresh your memory. So the first time we see you and Dominique on the show.
Oh, you're talking about that shit?
Yes.
Do we really have to talk about that? I mean, we all know.
We turned it into a whole thing.
1 + 1 = 2. Like,
but it turned into a whole thing where Dominique changed his story 5,000 times, and then it seemed like you became the villain in the situation. And so that goes back to just you being in the middle of something, because you became the villain. It turned into, well, Oliver this and Oliver that. And I was like, as a viewer, I was like, now how they gonna flip this one on Oliver?
Because, I mean, you know, it sounds so bad, what I'm about to say. It sounds really bad, and I don't want to come off like egotistical, but you know I'm very logical and practical. So it's just like, I feel like sometimes people on this show feel the need to like compete with other people. And I mean, let's just put it out there. I am aware that on this show, I am one of the preferred members on the show, you know, and the people who prefer me on the show, they go very, very, very hard for me. And it's a lot of them, you know, they're plenty and they're many. And when people see that in this type of environment, I feel like instead of being comfortable with who they are and what they present and what they give and making that the best thing, they enter into this very combative nature where they feel like they have to tear down the next person. And in regards to me, in my life, the only confusion I have is chasing Atlanta. Like, I operate in many other social, business, entertainment, whatever circles, and drama is only present in my life with chasing Atlanta. In this circle, I feel like in efforts to combat me or to compete with me, they try to spin these things to make it seem like I'm doing something. When it's like, no, your insecurities is what's doing it to you, mamas.
Right. I think, honestly, in my opinion, as a reviewer, it was somebody looking for a storyline. It was just, I mean, and again, let me tell you something. I loved Dominique when he was, in my opinion, being organic. I loved Dominique. That scene, you haven't seen the episode, but in the last episode where you were filming your remix for Drag Race, for the remix, and him and his boyfriend showed up and they did like a whole choreography and everything. To me, that was really like probably my favorite moment with Dominique. It was a really genuine moment. He was doing something that he loved, and you guys were having a really good time in that moment.
Well, you know, for me, my only sign of contention with Dominique was at that couples thingy. Like, other than that, outside of the confessionals, like before the show started airing, I didn't know Dominique had this like great disdain for me. Like, so like all of those scenes with other people and his confessionals and stuff like that, that was all news to me. And my response to that is like, you have to be very careful who you call fake and not real and combative, because I've been nothing but nice to you. You know, I'm not sitting up in my scenes discussing you. I'm not dragging you through the mud. I'm not coming to your. Do you have any events this season? No, I don't think I attended any. I'm sorry. I don't know. But like, I'm not coming to your things being messy. Like, I'm coming to the situations being very nice and kind. It's just like, if you didn't like me, then you didn't have to be around me, you know? Like, you could have stayed over there. You didn't have to deal with me if you felt these strong ways about me. So who's the fake one, you know?
Right, I got it. I'm just going down the list because we almost done with we got one. I got one last question about chasing Atlanta, and then we're gonna move on to some other stuff because I think people need to understand. First of all, I said from the beginning, and anybody who knows, I say I am biased. I am biased because I think you are a really sweet guy. I know you outside of the show, so for me, I'm biased. Okay. But when I thought you was wrong, I said it in my reviews. I was like, okay. Right, yeah, absolutely. And we've had that conversation that, hey, you know, you have to do what you have to do. But I'm just saying, so we're going to talk about the other things so people know, okay, Oliver really is doing all these other things. So we got one last, this is the big one. And you might have to go back to season 1 because I know a lot of the story. The Kendra situation. I know. Let me say it and you just agree or disagree. You correct me when I'm wrong, and then we'll just deal with it that way. So you don't have to go through it all. Going back to season 1, Kendra found herself in a spot of trouble. We're just gonna leave it at that. I remember, as someone following all of you guys, there became this big campaign, Free Lil Kendra. Hashtag, Cash App, blah, 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 blah. Now, part of her issue is I didn't ask nobody for any help. I didn't ask nobody. But as a viewer, I remember everybody asking. So how do you know how it started that the Cash App started getting out and people were asking people to help free Lil Kendra? Do you remember how that got started?
Yes, I can tell you exactly how it started. If you go watch, and this isn't me being shady, this is me just presenting the things as they have happened in real life. Wayne the Pain, her manager, did an interview with Wiley, and it's on his channel. I can't think about it, but he did it back. And on that interview, he said that he and Gardini got together and Gardini helped him create a Cash App. And I know this is true because Gardini told me this himself, that Wayne the Pain came to him asking him for help because they needed to raise money. Wayne the Pain used those words in that interview. And him and Gardini, Gardini helped him get the Cash App as well as create the flyer that had Free Little Kendra, send money to Cash App Free Little Kendra. So that's how the idea of fundraising began, confirmed by Wayne the Pain himself.
Okay, so it started in a interview on another YouTuber interview.
Oh, and you know what? I did a review of Chasing Atlanta episode 1, and I think I put those receipts in that video. So if you guys want to go watch, I don't know if it's episode 1 or episode 2, but I put the clips of the interview in my video.
Got it. And Abby, my moderator Abby, has been dropping the link to your YouTube channel. So she's gonna drop the link. You guys make sure y'all are going over there. You're subscribing. We're getting ready to get into some of his other content on his YouTube channel in a second. We're gonna get this cleared up. We're gonna get this story straight, and then we're gonna get into some other stuff that you have going on. I know, but we're gonna get there. Now the fundraiser. I remember you. We were born. I think Lauren. You guys were doing a fundraiser. Can you tell me how that fell apart?
Well, it fell apart because it was Wayne the Pain kept doing like these things. Like he made me upset when him and I had spoken, and then he went and did that interview with Wiley and said that I wasn't doing anything to help her. And I was like, that's not cool because you and I did speak. Like that's me helping. And like he said on the show, when he called to me, I told him I was busy with T.S. Madison. Yes, I was at work.
Right, because you got other jobs.
No, it's not even having other jobs. It's just, bitch, I'm at work. When anybody's at work, they just can't walk around with the phone. Like, I know what I do. People consider whatever. But for me, it's a job that I take very serious. So yes, right now I cannot be on my phone because again, I'm at work. And so, and it's just stuff like that, like how they like manipulate things, like me saying, hey, I can't talk right now, I'm doing this, and like try to say like I'm being like whatever. It's like, but no, the idea of I was at work. But anyways, it was that, and then he had done this, he had put out this song with Lauren and myself. And I hadn't gotten a contract, and I hadn't gotten I never got a contract. Like
that was going to be my next question.
Oh no, Oliver never got a contract. Oliver never ever in life got a contract. I had before I get into that, I had never got a contract. So it was actually the night that the three of us did that Power of Three live. It was that night.
Right.
It was
the
that night.
Live.
Yes. It was that night. And Q, Lauren, and I were still here, and I just saw like this notification go off. It was like, Free Lil Kendra album out, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, for me, I had been told since November, and I think the album came out in like March, April. I had been told by Wayne and Kendra that they would come and bring me contracts. Like Wayne kept calling, it's like, hey, I'm going to bring you a contract. I'm going to bring you a contract. I'm like, okay, yes, I'm home. Okay, I'll be home Saturday. Okay, I'll be home Monday. And those days would come and he never would bring it. And I never got emailed one. Like, I don't delete any of my emails. I never got emailed one. Like, he never gave me a contract. And even when I spoke to him, I wasn't yelling at him. I wasn't cursing him out. I was just like, I said, Wayne, like, you put the song out and you didn't tell me. And he kept trying to say, well, I had already sent it out. I mean, yes, I get that, but you're now asking me to sympathize with something that's not my fault that you did. So, and I can't sympathize with it because the song between her and I wasn't mastered right. Like, that was my main concern. Like, I could really care less about the money. I didn't do it for the money, because if I did it for the money, I would have charged it before I even stepped foot in the Uber. So it wasn't even about the money for me. It was just, this song is not, it doesn't sound right. Like, anybody with 2 ears can hear it's not balanced. Anybody with 2 ears can hear like these different little things. It's not right. So why are you putting things up that's not only representative of me, but now it's not representative of her? Like, this doesn't sound good. Now, Lauren is the one who got her motherfucking ass on the phone and was like, take this shit down. I'm suing you. And I'm like, I'm standing on the other side. You can ask Q, you can ask other people who were here. I'm like, Lauren, stop. Lauren, stop. But she's like, no, take this. Let me tell you something. When my sister Lauren gets off in her cup, hey, Dario, Happy New Year, baby. When my sister Lauren gets off in her cup, she's just all over the place. And I was like, girl, see, it's going to come back on me, because it's always my fault. So you doing all this, it's going to be like, yeah, and Oliver and her was cussing, and I'll be damned. Her and Oliver was cussing. I'm like, I didn't even cuss you out.
And I asked those questions for a reason, because I have maintained, and this is just me, not Oliver, this is me. I have maintained from the beginning of this whole situation that I feel like Wayne the Pain is the problem. That's my opinion. And what I mean by the problem, I'm not saying he's not a good friend to Kendra. I don't know nothing about it. But business-wise, to me, all roads lead to Lil Wayne. Oh, Lord, I said Lil Wayne. Wayne the Pain. And I feel like when Kendra got out, she's going by what he's telling her. And this is where a lot of this anger, this venom is coming from. And I just don't think she's got all the facts, in my opinion. That's me. That is me. So the fight, I feel like when that fight went down, I feel like what triggered her was when you took them goals out your mouth. I feel like that was the trigger. When I looked at it, 5,000, well, I didn't look at it that many times. But when I looked at it, it seemed like, yes, she was up. Yes, she was standing up. Yes, she was hollering. But when you took
Wait. Can we stop there? There? She was what already?
She was already. Oh, she came in the door on go, in my opinion.
Like,
but I feel like I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying I feel like when you took them goals out your mouth, I feel like that was the trigger for her. Like, it's on. Because it's almost like when the girls take the earrings off, you know it's ready to go. When the earrings come off, and so you were like, yeah, I'm not going down that road. Troy decided to go way left with it.
Okay, hold on. Before you get to Troy, let me explain me taking out my grill. Do you guys remember on season 3 in the episode when I was upstairs at Cameron's house and her and I were going back and forth? Do you remember that scene? It was a Christmas party, I think, some shit like that. Or no, it was Cameron's birthday party. Do the people watching remember that? Remember on season 3 when her and I first started yelling at each other? We were at Cameron's party in that room upstairs. Y'all remember that?
Yes, I do remember. Yeah, he rented the Airbnb.
I'm looking at the comments down here. Do y'all remember that? I need y'all to type for me.
I remember it now. I remember because y'all were in the Airbnb and he had rented out the Airbnb. Yeah.
Do you remember when I started yelling how it sounded like my mouth was slurring? I remember because I was so embarrassed. But when I was talking, I was like... And I was like, oh my God, I was drunk. My hair was falling out. My shirt was all open. And I was like, I sound like a coked out babbling idiot. Go
ahead.
The reason why is because I had a grill in my mouth. So I was like, if I'm going to curse this bitch out, I need to take this grill out before I fucking either choke on it or it cut my lip and tongue, because I'm trying to fire these things off of her fast. Let me take it out because I'm sicker as shit today.
I want you to go back and look at my review for, I think it might have been episode 2 or 3, where you did the interview with Hey Mikey. And I want you to look at my review when I talked about the fight. Because I said in my review, when you did that interview with Hey Mikey, I said, Oliver, don't you ever wear them gold teeth when you doing an interview ever.
They make me sound crazy.
I said it. I said, because you sound like you are slurring. I said
yes. Thank you.
In my review of the fight, I said Oliver took them gold teeth out so he could talk because he couldn't get his word. I said it. Now again, that was the trigger. I'm not saying you were right or wrong for doing it. I'm just saying I feel like that was the trigger. So the fight happens. Where are you and Kendra now? Because I know after the fight, you were like, hell no, I ain't filming with her again. Don't bring me. I don't want no parts of it. But then the last episode, you said you were open to a conversation. So I know the reunion is coming up pretty soon. I was hoping to come, but it's closed. I'm so sad. But I do understand with COVID and everything. I absolutely, and with other issues y'all have had in the past with reunions. I understand. I really do. But where are you now with a conversation with Kendra?
You just have to watch the season finale.
Okay, all right then. Okay, that's cool. I respect it. I respect it.
I'm so shocked you didn't ask me about the Troy. Me not helping Troy fight.
I ain't ask you about helping Troy. Listen,
Troy and I,
because I know why you didn't help Troy fight. You said it.
Well, first of all, Troy and I had a talk before we got there, and I said, Troy, if she comes here with the things, you know I'm not going to fight her. I don't want you fighting her. I don't want you fighting her. When she gets buck, I just want you to sit there. And, you know, I'm going to drop y'all some Easter eggs. So go back and watch it. The people on production and everybody there will say that day I had two phones by then. I had left one of my phones in the car. And I kept saying, where is my other phone? Where's my other phone? Where's my other phone? Because one of my phones, it's an open secret that we record audio when we're filming, that we send it to the editor. But my other phone that I needed it on standby. So when y'all see me getting up, y'all see me fumbling for my phone, because my plan is, when she did that the first time, was to call the cops and have them escort her out. And that was why I told Troy, I don't want you standing up and doing anything, because the moment she surpasses her jurisdiction in the United States of Oliver Twixt, we're going to throw her into the chokey.
Abby said, you give very white woman. I wasn't expecting you to knock if you fight.
And so at the point in which Troy began to fight, I no longer could call the cops on him, because
now he's in.
Yes, because in Georgia, everybody goes to jail.
Right.
And on top of, girl, I'm not going to fight. First of all, I'm not even going to perpetuate that stereotype about gay black men. Like, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I'm not going to be a gay black man fighting a trans woman. And there was no need for me to fight you. And on top of that, outside of that, girl, people still forget, yes, I'm prim, I'm proper, I'm all this, but I'm still from Broward County. And my mom is still a cop. And my definition of fighting for this pretty black boy is that I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to either electrocute you, I'm going to shoot you, and then I'm going to mace you and call the cops, because I need to neutralize the force immediately. And since I don't need to be resorting to those measures on recording,
El Teddy he's from Miami, and he says the same thing. He said, "Oh no, I'm not fighting. I'm pulling out my gun and I'm shooting somebody." So that's Florida. That's that Florida. That's that Florida.
I'm not gonna fight, bitch. I'm too pretty. I had to go shoot for Sephora the following week. Girl, I'm not gonna fight you. I'm not gonna fight nobody.
And that's why. Honestly, that's why I ain't even asked, because I already know the answer to that question. Like, that's just not. That's not. But okay. So is there anything else? Is there anything else you want to add about Chasing Atlanta? Because we get ready to switch gears. We get ready to get people something different.
No, I love Chasing Atlanta. Mwah. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And poor Aunt Dario, if you still in the chat, I felt so bad for Aunt Dario at that time. Poor Aunt Dario.
Aunt Dario was like, stop it!
Poor Aunt Dario. I felt so bad for him.
Ooh, and Dario cut so much stuff out. I started cussing him out. I said, and this is what y'all motherfucking asses get, because y'all like to bring that dumb asshole around here, and y'all notice what the fuck she gonna do. I don't feel bad for none of y'all. She should have told this shit up.
Oh Lord, I feel so bad for Aunt Dario. He was just saying, I said, now what you thought you was doing, Aunt Dario? What you thought you was doing? He thought he was really holding somebody back.
And Dario was.
Okay, that's a good question, Young Rich. I don't know if he'll answer it, but if there is a next season, are you planning on coming back, or is that a wait and see situation?
I mean, no. I mean, as long as I can, as long as I'm welcome to come back, I will always come back to Chasing Atlanta in some type of capacity. It doesn't even have to be a full-time capacity. Because I'm not a selfish bitch like that. Like, I know one day eventually I will need to move my ass out of the way. Chasing Atlanta is a young girl show. No tea or shade to nobody that's on there. But I really believe if you're over the age of 30, you really don't need to be on Chasing Atlanta. It's a young girl show. And it's like, move out of the way and let one of these, these young petite girls come get their shine. So, but I know people love me on the platform. I enjoy the platform. It's fun for me. It's done great things for me. It keeps me, whatever. So, as long as Daria don't give me walking papers, no matter where I am in life, if it's here or at the Taj Mahal, I'll have the cameras right there on Chasing Atlanta.
Okay.
At the Taj Mahal.
I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. And I do think that somebody said something in the chat. I do think that was another good point you brought up, that you didn't want to be on TV fighting a trans woman. Like it just wasn't a good look for something. It just wasn't what you wanted. And I can appreciate that. So we get ready to switch gears, but I do have up on the channel. You guys can always go over if anybody's in the chat that's not familiar with Chasing Atlanta, you're new to it. You guys go over there and check out. Y'all go check out Chasing Atlanta. The link is Abby dropped the link in the chat. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to the Chasing Reality YouTube page and catch up on all of the shows. They have a whole network they're building over there, and Dario and his team are building a whole network. So you guys go check it out. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit because you have a whole series that you've been doing on your channel, the America's Next Top Model series, which I have been living for. I've watched America's Next Top Model from the beginning. I'm gonna be honest. I stopped watching it when the Jays left. When the Jays left, I stopped watching it. So I missed some of the seasons that had like the men, and then they had their first trans woman. I missed all of that because I got mad. I got mad when the Jays left because I was like, I don't know why Tyra got rid of my Jays, but I ain't watching it no more. Like I got in my feelings. I did come back and watch, I think the last season she did when she came back and hosted it, that last season they just did, but I kind of fell off. Now, how did you get started doing this? Because it seemed like it was organic in the beginning and now it's just become a whole thing. How did this happen with the whole America's Next Top Model?
Okay, so it started, it's very divine. I really can't wait till I can tell like the full story because there's some parts of it I really can't flesh out just yet that are important, but we can bypass them for now. So basically, Jay Manuel, who's on the show, started doing these Jay's chats during the summer on quarantine, where he would break down every cycle of Top Model every Friday with a guest.
I remember
Miss J, former winners, contestants, whatever. And so when I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, I could do this," because even though he was spilling the tea, I didn't feel like he was really spilling the tea because, of his position.
Right.
And, you don't want to tell too much. That'd be like me. That's like me being Jay Manuel and Tyra being T.S. Madison. Like I want to tell some stuff, but I ain't telling it all.
Exactly.
And so I was just like, I want to talk to these girls. Since everybody's talking about Top Model T, let me do my version of it so I can get like the real answers out of these girls. And so it started off with that. And then someone who is, what words can I use? Someone who is a high-ranking official on something that I was working on was a former affiliate of Top Model. Ooh, I did that real nice. Was a former affiliate of Top Model, and they were like encouraging me to like do the chats, and they'll be telling me like some inside stuff. So I was like, okay, well, let me get these girls on the line. So it originally started off as me trying to get all the Black girls and like all of my favorites. And then as it just kind of like grew and more people joined the thing, people were like recommending people and people were following. And then it kind of put the icing on the cake when Jay invited me himself to do a live. So him and I did a live.
Where I started, that's the first one I saw, and then I kind of went back and but that's where I started. I was like, because I love Jay. I love Jay. So, and that I love that live. I got so much. I even talked about it on my YouTube channel because I was like, oh my gosh, like this was so much stuff here.
What did you think when you saw the flyer go up and him and I was on it?
I was like, look at my baby Oliver. I was like, he is doing the damn thing. I mean, because I know about some of your little projects you have going on and others. I was like, what? But that was one that did surprise me because I know he was promoting his book around that time. And so, yeah, I was surprised that he actually said as much as he said, honestly, because I feel like he said a lot. Now, and I'm sure he's holding some stuff back, but I feel like he said a lot.
He did say a lot. He said a whole lot.
And it seems like definitely that series has definitely picked up steam. Who, outside of Jay Manuel, who is the biggest get? Like out of all of the people you've interviewed from Next Top Model, who was the one that like I guess you were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm talking to this person?
To be fair, I would say really all of them because Top Model was a show that I really enjoyed and I really got immersed in the universe, and it's one that I know very well. So it's like every time the connecting thing is spinning and then it's like they're about to get on and talk, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you. So it's really all of them. I think probably the most popular one that I've gotten, maybe Eugenia. I was kind of gagged that I got Eugenia because she's a working girl.
Right.
So I was kind of gagged I got her. I was like, okay.
You think have you ever tried to get Eva? You think you could get Eva?
So I've said this story many of times on other people's lives. I'll share it on yours. I'll give you this little tea. So I used to work for this guy named George 2.0 when I was in college. He graduated from Morehouse. He is best friends with Eva's current husband. They went to Morehouse together, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Kappa brothers. So a couple of months ago, once I saw this,
I didn't realize Eva's husband was a Kappa. Okay,
I'm not sure. I know George is a Kappa. And I know a lot of men from Morehouse that George is still friends with are Kappas. Don't quote me, but
okay, no problem.
I would almost say I think he is a Kappa. I think he is.
Okay.
But anyways, I reached out to George and I was like, George, can you reach out to him and see if I can get Eva? And he told me that he did it. And then maybe 3 days later, he was like, hey, did they ever text you or DM you? And I was like, no. And nothing ever came out of it. So maybe she's not interested,
I won't say that, but because she's actually my favorite. I love Eva. She's actually my favorite out of all of the cycles, out of all of the seasons. She is actually my favorite. But so I would definitely love to see that. What was the most, I guess, shocking tea that somebody told you that you were just like, oh, I can't believe they said that, or wow? I mean, I know they say a lot of stuff about like Tyra or whatever, but what was the most shocking, like, boom?
My boobies look nice.
I'm not doing this with you.
I just caught eye of them. I was like, ooh. So, okay, real side note. My brain is random, girl. Bear with me. We haven't talked in a long time.
A little ADHD all over the place. I know.
Yes. So, when I was chunkier, my man boobs used to sit in a certain way that made me look like I had a little chest, So when I lost weight, I was like, damn, my man boobs are gone. And, my boyfriend, he kind of likes the more feminine side of me. So he was like, baby, I can't grab her. I was like, I know. So I was just sitting here and I was like, ooh, I still kind of got something. Okay, but to answer your question, I think the one that was just like that kind of had everyone at their edges was the one I did with Alicia White. The one that was on Britain's Next Top Model. That was an emotional one. Like she was crying and she was really telling a lot of stuff. And I was like, oof, this is heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know some of the ones they've given some very interesting. Some of it I think is just making TV, and I think some of it is things that fast forward 20 years of reality TV and competition shows. We know these are kinds of things that happen, but I think in the moment you're dealing with young girls, some of them never being away from home. A lot of it probably was very emotional for them and very difficult for them. So I've heard some of the stories. Some of the stories I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. And some of the stories I'm like, girl,
girl.
But I definitely thought it was. I mean, again, I'm enjoying them. I'm enjoying them. What else you have? What else? I know you do the reviews of the show sometime. What else you have going on over on your channel?
I have some more reviews coming out. I'm setting up. Y'all just don't understand. Like my workload was crazy. It's so much better now. Like it's so much better now. But I have some more Chasing Atlanta reviews coming out. Like I'm gonna actually, after I get off live with you tonight, I'm gonna do I'm gonna be churning out a bunch of videos. I just gotta stay up and just get them out the way. I'm gonna have a lot more lifestyle vlogs going on, like, you know, what I do on a day-to-day basis, who I hang with, what I'm doing. I know a lot of people would have told me like they like to see that type of stuff. So that's gonna be coming out, and then I have more music videos coming out, and then I have
the
another
music.
surprise.
What's going on with the music? Now let me tell you something, Mr. Oliver Twixt, and I'm blaming you for this. I have been rocking the Roommate remix of Blow Your Mind. Okay. But hold on. Hold on. Now I've been playing Roommate. I've been promoting Roommate all this time, and I never got a copyright strike. You get on a remix and I get a copyright strike. I know that's you. I know that's you, Oliver. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Well, I didn't send it.
No, I know you didn't send it, but I said, oh, we big time got Oliver Twixt on the remix, and now I can't play the music no more. I said, I got that copy, I got that email. I said, what the fuck? Oh gosh. But yeah, so I ain't mad at you, but I like the remix though. I downloaded it and I like it. But we love Roommate over here. Okay, I love you. Listen, Carrie D is my boo. I love Carrie. I cannot wait. When I told Markel when I get to Dallas, he is gonna have to be my tour guide when I get to Dallas, and I gotta meet Carrie. That's it. Carrie and Crazy George. Those are my two on the plate. But definitely, hopefully, meet some other people too while I'm there. But anyway, so we love that. So what's going on music wise?
You didn't see my Insta story the other day?
I'm not gonna lie, no.
You didn't see?
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, I'll show you. I don't think it's disappeared yet.
You know what? No. I don't look at a lot of Insta stories. I will scroll my Instagram, but for some reason I do not click that button and hit a lot of Insta stories. That's you know.
But no, I'm just teasing you. I filmed a lot of stuff. You know, I'm always filming something. It's just I just like to put like a lot of stuff in the bag. So like on drought days or when I get caught up in something else, like I have something to drop. But I will say February, starting in January all the way into February, is going to be very nice for everybody. January is going to be a big month of like new visuals, new songs, things like that. I am dropping new music, but I'm just letting y'all know I'm not dropping like an official EP or an album until something else happens. So whenever that happens, whenever y'all see that happen, y'all know an album is on the way then.
Okay, so you have some stuff in the pipeline, and when that drops, then the album is going to drop to coincide. I'm not mad about it. So how are the seasonings going? Let me tell you something. I ordered me some. I didn't get them yet, but I ordered them over. I just ordered them recently. How's that going?
You know what? They're going really well. I'm very shocked because like I don't talk about it too much, but
yeah, I ordered seafood. Well, I found the link and I ordered because it was on the you know, again, you're behind on your reviews, but yeah, so okay. So when
they're going really well, like really well. Like I'm not selling like 1,000 units a week.
Right,
or even a month, but like the volume of which I have, the consistent volume has been very nice. Thank you to everybody who supported it. I so appreciate it.
How did that happen? Because I mean, when I saw you drop it on your channel, because it came out on your channel before the show even dropped, and it was kind of like, seasoning. Like I've never even heard. I mean, I know you love. Every time I see you cooking, you have crab legs. So I know you do the seafood, but it was just saying. It seemed like it came out of nowhere. How did that come about that you are selling seasoning?
Yes. Okay. Just so everyone knows, I did not make it. So what basically happened is my friend Chef Holly, who everyone, you know, Black YouTubers who watch like content, you've heard her name, T.S. Madison, maybe fucking Ineva. And she has a long list of celebrity clients. She's a friend of mine, and she kept fucking aggravating me. It was like, hey Oliver, I think you should like sell one of my seasonings. And I was like, Holly, what the fuck are you talking about? And so she was like, no, I got the seafood seasoning that I really want to promote and da-da-da-da. And I think with your personality and all of that, it would go great. So she came over here one time and did like a little tasting at the house. And I was like, oh my God, this is good. So, you know, we had just developed it for a year and then she perfected it. And then I created the graphics and the marketing for it. And then we just presented it. So I'm just the face of it.
Okay, well, listen, a lot of people wish they could be the face of it. Then you did a Sephora campaign.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Sephora. Yeah, I just did another one with them yesterday. I actually have to like do some stuff so it can come out tomorrow.
So what? Okay, explain exactly what that. I mean, I know it's Sephora and everything, but explain exactly what it is you're doing. Are you?
So I'm basically like in a pool of people they choose from now when they want to do social media campaigns. So
Okay.
like it's basically it's influencer type stuff.
Gotcha.
But you know, they only really come back to you if you did well the last time. So I guess the last time I did them, they were very pleased and happy. Okay. And so they sent me some new stuff. So it's basically like they just send me their stuff and I just post about it and use it and go ooh and on a video, you know, so everybody else can buy it. And then, you know, we handle the 1099 and life is great. Yeah.
Listen, there's always great when there's money involved in it. I ain't mad about it. So I said we would be here an hour. So
no, keep going. I'm fine. You're not bothering me.
Oh, okay. What do you have coming up that you can talk about? I know there's some projects you had that you can't really get into, but what do you have coming up?
So hold on, friend. Just you think now I get it. Just wait. But I already know. I already know what it's gonna give.
Well, I know one big project you have in the works that, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, you think now, just wait.
Oh, I already know.
It's gonna be horrible.
I already know. The gag is gonna be extra real. I know.
Like, why won't you bitches just not be hateful? Why?
Well, you know they're gonna be because they can't help it but be. So, and a lot of people, it's in my description box, but a lot of people don't know you do graphic because you did the intro you've done 2 intros for me, and you're getting ready to do a 3rd one for me. So is that work that you're still doing? You still doing that kind of stuff?
Yes. Well, hold on. Before you say that, I do have something that is coming out of pipeline that I can talk about. So I'm doing like a mini docuseries on my channel. This is the first time I've ever said this, so you're like getting an exclusive. I'm doing a mini docuseries on my channel where I'm going to be like doing all of my behind the scenes footage for like the last almost 2 years now. So like certain things that wasn't seen on Chasing Atlanta, like when I opened up for Dreezy, like that footage that I never put out, certain things like when I go to Quad's house, when I go to Heavenly's house, or like, you know, when I've traveled to like a different city or stuff like that, like little vlogs like that I think people would enjoy, like when I met Bobby Lights backstage and him and I was keying, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm putting that out on my channel starting probably in February, to be honest. I may kick it off on my birthday on February 10th, I think so.
Okay, February 10th. So that's something coming up. So a little docuseries of behind the scenes, because I know you dropped a few behind the scenes. I remember you did a behind the scenes of getting your outfit for your looks for Chasing Atlanta, so like that. So sort of along the same lines as that.
Yes, but like this is like good stuff. Like this is like you guys are seeing me in New York, like on the ground hustling, meeting dancers at 2:00, trying to learn choreography by 4, and I got to perform at 8, like stuff like that.
Right.
Like the behind the scenes stuff.
And I'm gonna say this. So Oliver is gonna hang out with us for a little bit longer. So if you have questions, drop them in the chat. But I want to say this to you, and this is something that I think people don't get from you, because again, we do get the Chasing Atlanta, the extra, the loud, always got the shady comment. But something that I know about you, 2 things. I'll tell 2 stories. One was when we saw you in Baltimore, and you made a concerted effort when you opened up, because you opened up for T.S. Madison. A lot of people don't realize that you do open up for her on a lot of her live shows, and you made a concerted effort to go find local talent. And you invited them to perform with you. Is that something you do as you guys travel, or did you just already know about those rappers in Baltimore and say, "Hey, you guys come join me"? Or is that something you kind of do as you guys travel?
No, so it's yes to both. You know, anytime I'm in a space and I know like one of my friends are in town, or I know like it's a talented person in town, or like even that first show on the first episode that they showed this season of Chasing Atlanta, that was my showcase. But I had 3 LGBTQ performers perform before me. And like, so like, and anytime I do a show in Atlanta, there was a show that I did for Pride last year, that I had Rico with the K come out and open for me that wasn't shown in the show. Like, that's something that I always do. Those two.
We saw you invite him, but yeah, they didn't show. But we saw that you invited him.
Yeah, like I'm not that type of bitch. You know, like another bitch's success doesn't faze me, because that's that girl's success. And it's like, if I'm placed in a position where I can bless somebody or be of service to someone, especially in an area that I know I once struggled in, you know, trying to get a live show, trying to get seen, and now I'm in a position where I get them. Why not give back and share the moment with somebody else? You know, and to me, it makes the moment much sweeter enjoying it with someone else versus just by yourself. But those two particular artists, you know that song "Pretty in Pink" that they played last season. That I don't care what you say, I'm sitting on Long Beach every day. That's their two songs.
Okay, okay. Because again, that's something. And the other thing that I'm going to tell this story, and this is what people say, why do you love Oliver so much? This is why I love Oliver so much. One of my subscribers, who I haven't seen in a while, I think she's been working, because she works her butt off, Monk Chip. Everybody knows Monk Chip. We love Monk Chip on my channel. She's a loyal subscriber and follower. She went to DragCon, and she was standing in line in DragCon, and she saw you, and she said, I saw your interview with Really B TV. I'm subscribed to Really B. And you took her out of line and you put her in VIP. And she could not wait to tell me about that. Just because she mentioned my name, you were like, oh my gosh. And you took her out of line, and you let her, you know, move to the front of the line, and you gave her, you know, she's wherever she was sitting or whatever. And she was so she was just so beside herself when that happened. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, thank you so much. So when people be like, why you go? That's why I go, because that's the Oliver that I know. The shenanigans on the show are the shenanigans on the show. And when you cut up, I'm gonna call you out. But other than I see that person, I'm gonna look out, and I'm gonna reach back, and I'm gonna bring people with me. So what challenges, I mean, clearly I know there are, but I mean, do you feel like it's been harder for you as a LGBTQ rapper? As far as, or are you fine with the journey you've taken?
Oh no, the journey I've taken I feel like it was written by God himself. Like, I can't wait till this next thing happens so I can just talk about just like the divine placement of like different seeds like 5, 6, 7 years ago in my life that like had a direct effect on what I'm doing now and what I'm about to walk into. So my journey has been great. Like, of course, I know there's limitations. Like, I know I'm Black, I know I'm gay, I know I'm more feminine. So like, there's natural blocks. But I felt like with all those things considered, I've done well. Like, you know, glory to God, and you know, for the people who support me. You know, when the girls call me and they're like, "Hey, Oliver, can you walk through?" The people who've taken care of that invoice, they know what it is, because I've built a career for myself and a following for myself, where if I say I'm going to be somewhere, people are going to show up, and that's not something like to sneeze at. You know, I'm Oliver. My job is Oliver Twixt. I'm not doing anything else, and that's a blessing for me to say I'm a queer man of color that does music and creates content, and I'm living in America, and that's all I do to take care of myself. I don't take that for granted. So.
America. Did you take all your friends with you to go vote down to the Georgia?
No, I didn't take all my friends, but I've been telling them on my social media.
Okay. Long as we've been getting it out, because Lord.
John Ossoff DM'd me 2 weeks ago. Yes. Do you think John Ossoff would have DM'd me if I would have bopped Kendra upside her head?
No.
Like, my thing is, I'm so sorry to go back to it. My thing is, one day I'm trying to be like the Dr. Dre of hip hop, like of my sector. Like, I want to have a tech company. I want to be running apps. I want to have many things. Do you think that these people are going to take me serious in any space if I'm seen on the internet like carrying like a wild platypus? No.
Exactly. And again, that's why I didn't even ask you why, because I already know the answer. Like, I know the answer why. Yeah, I know the answer why. And I know some of the things that you have going on that you're not gonna put in jeopardy. Like, period. Like, you're not.
People would murder me. They'd be like, "Girl, what are you doing?"
Exactly. Pull the gun out their titty and shoot your ass. But moving on. The question, and I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna let you answer it. How did you get hooked up with Dr. Heavenly and T.S. Madison? So I'm gonna let you tell the story. I know it, but I'm gonna let you tell the story.
The Dr. Heavenly story?
Yes, tell the Dr. Heavenly story.
Oh,
The
so the
T.S.
Dr.
Madison story, you can tell them both, but the Dr.
Okay, so the Dr. Heavenly story. Well, both of them I met through Funky Dineva. New York Funky Dineva, I will always give him the credit, like as being the person God used to like kick off the Oliver Twist thing. And without him, there would be. Well, I'm not gonna say that. I ain't gonna say without him there would be no me, because if God had wrote it for me to be a bad bitch, I was gonna be a bad bitch regardless. But God used him to be like the catalyst for who I am today, and I'm so grateful. Always grateful. And I always tell him all the time, bitch, everybody says all those negative shit about you, but because you made it possible for me, I know you're getting into heaven.
Okay.
But he introduced me to Dr. Heavenly when we went to a Married to Medicine premiere party. I met Mariah Huck that day. Who did I meet personally? She was, I ain't gonna do that. She was sweet to me. I'll say that. She was very sweet to me. She hasn't done nothing shady to me. She's actually been very kind to me. But yeah, I met Mariah, but I met Dr. Heavenly. We took a photo, and then months later, Funky Dineva was letting me build content on his YouTube channel. And so I was like, can I reach out to Heavenly and interview her? So I reached out to her, emailed her, and she agreed to it. And then ever since then, we've always stayed in contact. And then when she wanted to like build her YouTube channel, she had came over to T.S. Madison's house, and she saw like what I was doing over there. And she reached out to me and was like, hey, can you make this happen for me? So, I've been working with her for a year now. Ooh.
Yeah, because I know she really started revving up her channel with COVID, because she was going live almost every day.
It was every day.
Yeah, at one point, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So
don't tell nobody. No, she is. I love you so heavily. Listen, there are certain phone numbers when it comes through, I stop what I'm doing and answer it. She is definitely a part of the three that no matter what, my boyfriend knows when Dr. Heavenly is calling me, give me the phone.
Right. That she's one. Okay. So does she have anything special coming up on her channel that you're producing or you're creating for her?
Nothing right now, but let me tell you about Dr. Heavenly. And like you'll see in some of the clips, Dr. Heavenly, she does this to me all my clients do this to me. And I've had to crank down on their asses, and some of them have gotten upset, but I have to crank down on them. They all call me and be like, hello, girl, yeah, Oliver, yes. I need a video and an intro, and I needed to have fireworks, and it's 3D, and it glow in the dark, and okay, yeah, I can do it. Can I have it done by tonight at 12? But it's 6:00 right now. I know, but you can do it. You got it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye. Dr. Heavenly does that to me. Dr. Heavenly does that to me.
You. I when I call you, I say, get it to me as soon as you can.
No, those girls. No. I tell people all the time, the people who people say are normal people, they are my favorite clients because they're going to behave. They're not going to give me a hard time. They're going to follow all the instructions. Right. They're not going to ask for discounts. They're not going to pay me late. It's some of my big girls that I'm like,
right.
But Dr. Heavenly,
that's what it's going to be. You got to get used to it because that's where it's going to be. Like,
Well, and just to clarify, Dr. Heavenly does not ask for discounts, and she always pays. And it's like sometimes I could have just sent the invoice at 101. By 101.7, she don't play. But to answer your question, stop letting me ramble. To answer your question, currently, no, we don't have anything planned on her channel, but that's not to say she hasn't been thinking about anything.
Okay. What about TS? She have anything? I know you guys are not doing the Queen Supreme or Behind the Bench lately. That whole Behind the Bench got you in a whole lot of trouble. But anyway, we're not going back down that road. We are done. We have closed that door. But anything coming up? I know she's been doing her After Dark series. Her and Chi-Chi have been getting in trouble in there.
I'll just say we have a lot of things coming up that have to kind of, just pause so it can coincide. But we're still very much so. Actually, literally before I got on the phone with you, I was talking to Madison about some of the things that we've been working on and whatever. So, but I'll just say, when we come out, we'll be out for a while.
Got you. Okay. Sometimes
winter is coming.
I know that's right. Winter is coming. Okay. Winter is coming. So, Now I'm gonna put in a good. My girl, the Tea Lounge is in the room. She does graphics and things like that, and she was just saying that she just wanted some. She just would love to pick your brain about graphic design and things like that. So, I mean, would she be able to reach out to you? To maybe
yes, I do consultations all the time, and because you're here on one of my favorite people's YouTube channels, I would give you half off. I'm not gonna say what the price is. Just know I would give you half off.
Okay.
If you wanna do a consultation with me.
Okay, so, I will give her your email.
She can DM me.
Yeah, or DM him DM on Instagram. Reach out to him. So he is definitely open to doing consultations. Some of the questions I saw some of y'all's questions and whatever. If you guys have any more questions, I'm gonna give you a few more minutes, and then we're gonna let the head nerd in charge go back to the lab and create some wonderful content. But don't forget to subscribe to me if you are not subscribed. Don't forget to subscribe to Oliver if you are not subscribed. And don't forget to subscribe to the Chasing Reality platform if you are not subscribed. And you can catch up on all of that. Some of you guys in the chat are saying, hey, I didn't know anything about Chasing Atlanta. Go check it out. We're in season 4. So you got 3 seasons to catch up on. You can go binge it. Bring us to current. Oh, Jamar said, how did you get that Janet sample for Sugar?
Okay, that's one of my favorite questions to answer. Okay,
you could have said that for you, Jamar.
What'd you say? Yeah, he could have, but that's fine. Spread the wealth. So listen, how I got it cleared is the original track is the beat was already a song. It was already a beat. Like you can go purchase that beat itself on iTunes. You can stream it. I forget what the name of, but it's produced by this guy by the name of Moon Boots. And so I reached out to Moon Boots and I was like, hey, you have this this song out that I want to use to rap over. What do I have to go through to like get it clear? And he told me like the logistics of it, whatnot. But then we got to the conversation. I was like, well, what about the Janet sample? And he was like, well, since I cleared it with her and you're using my version that's been cleared, you don't have to worry about clearing it with her because the version that you're using has already been cleared. So that's how I was able to sneak in a Janet Jackson sample.
I know that's right. Jamar, I'm not going to ask him that question. I'm going to let you ask him that question when you interview him later on this week. So you guys, some of the questions you guys, we talked about, so you want to go back and rewatch the video. But Jamar and Scotty by Nature are going to be interviewing Oliver on Thursday night over on Scotty's channel. So if you missed something, go watch my video again. And then you can definitely catch them over there. And Jamar is going to ask him. Jamar, I'm going to let you ask him that next week. I mean, because Jamar is the drag race connoisseur. And so he has questions about drag race. So I'm going to let him, you guys get into that. Jamar and I had a conversation Saturday about the premiere and what we thought and all of the ins and the outs. Oh, you didn't like it? You didn't like the lip sync? Oh my, you were the first person that I talked to that didn't like it. I loved it.
But I really can't talk I can't talk too bad. I don't want to talk too bad about it because
I know you can't. I know. Because I see Mama TS is going to be a judge this season. So
she's going to be a judge. I forgot about that fast. I'm so sorry. I'm so focused on something else. Yeah, she is. She's going to be a judge.
Yes. So
yes, and you.
Okay, so who else? Okay, there's been a couple of more questions. There've been you and Jamar can have an offline conversation because Jamar got some tea, you got some tea, and y'all can probably talk to each other, but you can't do it publicly. So y'all go ahead and talk backstage with next week. But there are a few more questions about the America's Next Top Model. So we'll do a couple of more of those questions, and I'm gonna let you go. Is there anybody that you have not interviewed that you still would like to interview? And another question was, are you going to continue to do it after? I think they said you were doing one per cycle. Are you going to continue to do it like where's your end game? I guess with the series.
Oh, okay. So to answer your first question, people who I want to interview that I haven't interviewed, I would love to interview Jade Cole. I would love to interview Angelique Preston, and I would love to interview Tiffany Richardson. Those are like the 3 everyone wants me to get. And like,
okay.
I honestly feel like I can keep doing them until I get those 3. Originally I wanted just to do 1 per cycle, but then like I said, and you know, I just got to shout them out. The people who follow me because of Top Model, their energy has really helped me digest the whole Chasing Atlanta experience. Because I mean, you know, my Chasing Atlanta experience is still good, but this season was harder for me than last season. And it's like, it was beautiful for me to kind of escape, because like while Chasing Atlanta has its people who watch, I've built this audience on the other side with the Top Model girls who like they come far and wide and they love it.
Oh, they are fans.
Like I am like now a deity in America's Next Top Model realm. Like they are dedicated, and I just got to shout them out. I'm so grateful. I love them. Like they're always like supporting me. So I know for them, I can't stop. So like, yeah, I'll probably still be doing these honestly until like probably.
Just can't do them anymore.
No, it's not that. It's probably until March. I feel like once March get here, I probably would have gotten a good number of like ones that are good, and I can like celebrate and stop. And then because I really want to move on to another show.
Oh, so you want to do this as like a series and get into other shows as well? That would be cool.
Yeah, because like I'm a nerd for like certain things. So like there are certain shows that I'm just like a nerd for, and I think I found like a niche being a nerd and, you know, being who I am and asking questions the way I do that make people comfortable talking to me about it. So I'm going to try out some other shows and see what happens.
Okay. I'm here for it. I mean, like I said, I was a huge fan of Top Model, and probably whatever you decide to move on to, I probably watched that too. I was really into watching all of those like shows, and I've been a reality TV stan since The Real World. So right. So I even auditioned for The Real World at one point. I did.
Oh, you would have been great.
No, you know why I didn't? Well, I didn't. I got to the second round and I didn't go any further. I chose not to go any further because I just thought to myself, and I know this was me being just whatever. I remember thinking, MTV shows this shit all day, every day. I do not want to be 40 years old watching me at 20 getting drunk, passed out. So like, I just remember thinking, and at the time I was, you know, my undergrad is in political science. I was like, I'm trying to go into politics or law school. That can't be me. You know, so I didn't even, I just didn't even go any further. I was just like, no, but I did. I got past the first round. And the second round you had to, back then audition, the second round you had to actually like videotape yourself, like a day in the life of kind of thing. And back then, listen, let me tell you what me and my friends did. So I didn't have a camcorder. So at the time I worked at Walmart, so I had a little discount. And so I took my little bit of change that I had. I bought like a $300 camcorder. I don't even remember how much it was now. Taped the daggone video and then took the camcorder back. Because I didn't have any use for a camcorder after that, but I had to tape, you know, Abby said I cuss too much to be on TV. Shoot, if you think I cuss now, you should have seen me at 20. But, you know, and so I remember, it was funny though. It was funny. It would have been the season in Boston. It would have been that season. When they were in Boston. Yeah, but I have no regrets about it, but it was just funny. I did actually, because that's how much I love the show. I was like, oh my gosh, I could be on there. I love Big Brother. That would be a good, because there's so much tea comes out about Big Brother. Oh my God.
I don't watch Big Brother.
You don't watch? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well, I'm definitely here for that. I'm here. I look forward to it. Would you be interested in interviewing any of the judges? They asked specifically about Janice Dickinson.
Yes, I am eventually going to reach out to them. I'm only going to reach out to them only because shit just have to go away first, you know, like.
I got it, yeah.
I'll wake up and I'll be like, what am I doing this week? Oh, all right.
Right.
Well, so, you know, when I approach them, I want to be in a place where I'm like more
right,
not busy.
I got it. Oh, I know. Somebody in the chat said that there's a U.S. congressman. I know. Oh, people from the show have gone on to do some great things. I'm just saying that was my mindset at the time. And let's understand too that the playing field ain't the same for Sean, who's a white boy from a nice conservative family, and a little black girl from DC. The playing field wouldn't have been the same. Let's just call a spade a spade. That would be good. Flavor of Love, because you already got it in with Miss Tiffany.
Yeah, I think I probably can say the next series I'm going to do is Flavor of Love. The only reason why I was a little hesitant about doing Flavor of Love is because there's a girl who's a former contestant. But I mean, I guess I did the same thing with Top Model. Like, there was someone already doing it, and then I came in and I gave it my own spin. So maybe I can,
Listen. I do my YouTube thing. There are a million people that do what I do on YouTube, but you just got to find your niche, and whoever's going to come, they're going to come. You know what I'm saying? I love the people that are here, and I hope for more, but it is what it is. You just got to do your own little thing. So, yeah, I mean, don't let that be the reason. If that's what you want to do and that's what you're interested in going, don't let that be the reason.
Yeah, because I really loved that whole Flavor of Love, Charm School like universe. I thought that
God, Charm School. Maybe you and Bucky's conversation would go better than hers with Ayala.
Shay and I know each other.
Okay. Well, see, then you have the Tiffany in, you got the Shay. See, you got the whole. I think that would be a great series for you to do, because I would love to see some of the people that we don't always still see. Where are they now? What are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
Everyone keeps telling me to do Bad Girls Club, and I'm like, I never watched Bad Girls.
I never watched the Bad Girls Club.
Should I watch it? I wasn't a fan of it, so I would only be watching it because they want me to watch it.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you feel like that's somewhere you can go and people are interested, sure. I know for me, I have started watching shows that I had never had any intention of watching because people wanted me to. But yeah, I mean, but you have to figure out if that's something that's going to interest you. But there are plenty of stories there, and there are a lot of women from that show, and they just did a whole reunion thing on, I think, Zeus TV or something. So I think you can. I think you can. Okay, Oliver said, Jamar said he can tell you which seasons to watch so you don't have to waste your time.
I'll consider it. Like, y'all, I try not to do things that make me feel like I'm doing work.
I understand it. Trust me, I get it. I absolutely get it.
And since I love Top Model so much, like, I love that show. Like, I binge watch. I will randomly just sit down and watch Top Model, and I know everything that's already going to happen. I'm still sitting there like, I love this show.
I get it.
So I don't want to feel like I'm doing work. And if I did Bad Girls Club, I would feel like I'm doing work.
You would have to do a lot of. I get it. No, listen. Trust me. Like I just said, I get it. People send me messages all the time about shows that they want me to review, and I'm just like, I don't care about anything that they're talking about on that show.
like I would do College Hill. Y'all remember College Hill? Like I would go back and do College Hill.
You know they're bringing it back. You know they're bringing College Hill back. But it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be. It's going to be at Jackson State. Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is the head coach there, and from my understanding, it's going to be like celebrities going back to college or something like that. It's not going to be the same, but they are bringing it back. But it's going to be. It's not going to be the same.
Let me tell you, College Hill back in the day used to
that was definitely a good
show. You mad at me because God made you ugly? You mad at me because God made you ugly? Take that shit up with God.
No, the Virgin Islands was my favorite season.
They were killing each other over there.
Oh yeah, it was blood.
Literally. Yes, you know what? I think I may bypass Flavor of Love for now, and I may go into College Hill because I watched College Hill.
Yeah, and the fact that they're bringing it back, even though it's a different format, the fact that they're bringing it back, all the more reason. Do all of the season Housewives wonders. I don't even know. Was there all the season one? Oh, all of the women from season one on the Housewives. Okay, it'll be interesting to see what some of them are. Deshaun Snow and Lisa Wu, and okay, I could see it.
Well, okay. So here's the thing about me doing people in Atlanta in reality TV. Here's the thing. I try not to shit. What they say? Eat where I shit where I lay, fuck where I
you lay.
Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
friends, associates, clientele with a lot of these girls who are friends. And so, I never try to step into the Atlanta reality realm because it's like, it could get a little icky for me and it could affect my business because it's like, we don't trust him, so we can't work with him.
Right.
But that's like, I may be able to wiggle my way around it because I am a super fan of it. But that's just my only thing with like that type of stuff.
I can respect that. I can respect that. Well, Oliver, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, but thank you so much. I asked, you said yes. I said I want to wait until the season has we've got some stuff to talk about under our belt, and I think that worked out well because your top model cycle it just went through the roof, and you got so many more projects. So when these projects drop, I'm going to reach out to you again for part 3 because I definitely, when you can talk about some, like I said, some I know about, others I don't, and I'm definitely here for hearing all of what you can share, your experience and all of that with that. And I thank you so much for your time and for being here. Do you have like 5 or 6 minutes behind, like when we get backstage to hang out for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you everybody who shared my video. Thank you for all the thumbs up. Thank you for everybody who subscribed to everything we told you guys to subscribe to. I look forward to, thank you. I look forward to having Oliver with us again. You are so fun to talk to. And when I get to Atlanta, last time we weren't able to catch up with each other, but definitely next time I owe you a drink when we get to Atlanta, honey.
Girl, you don't owe me nothing. You've always been so sweet. You know what I love about how you do your content on your channel is you say how you feel. You're very reasonable. You're very logical. You don't mind digging off at someone that, you don't mind doing those things, but you do it in a way that's very tasteful. It's not shock value. It's not so nasty and toxic. So, that's why I really enjoy you. I respect and I vibrate with the positive energy that you do, even with you giving your opinion. Like, you do it so classy, but it still doesn't lack any entertainment, So,
Oh, thank you so much. I do appreciate that because it's not easy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? People, listen, it's not easy. And sometimes you just can't make people happy. No matter what you do, somebody ain't going to be happy about it. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And again, for the people who are here, appreciate you guys coming through.
I'm looking at you guys' comments.
Yes. And again, make sure he's on, and he's very, very, very active on Instagram. So you guys go on over to Instagram and follow him as well. Yes. And again, what did I just do? Make sure he's on, and he's very, very, very active on Instagram. Lord, I hit the wrong link. Sorry.
You're okay.
Sorry, sending that link out to somebody. So, you guys follow him on Instagram, follow him on his social media, and we're going to go backstage for a few minutes. And I hope to see, if you are new to the channel, I hope to see you here again. Please. I see a lot of my ride or dies in the channel. Thank you guys for being here. Hope you guys went over and subscribed and did all of those wonderful things. And we are out of here. Thanks.
Bye, y'all.